The new segment we're bringing on is called the Things in Sports We Hate segment. Pretty much what this is going to be is that every week we're going to come up with something that from that week in sports that we hate. And my thing that we hate, or that I hate, is making headlines and stories out of nothing. I feel like it happens just so often nowadays, huh?
Yeah, it happens way too often. It happens about at least once a week.
It's
There's
so
no getting past it.
it's so shitty. Like what I saw last week's college football, it was Texas Tech playing Clemson, um, and then there's you got the pregame interviews during the week. They interviewed this Texas Tech lineman, and he said that they're going to be Clemson, and they
Hmm.
made a whole story on that on Bleacher Report and ESPN. No
Yeah, because
shit.
I guess
He's
that's a
going
big thing.
right. No shit. He's going to say they're going to be Clemson. What do you want him to say? Oh, yeah. I think Vegas is right on this one. Yeah. I think Clemson's going to take this dub. No,
I think we're gonna get destroyed.
right? No. Oh no. I think this is going to be a very competitive matchup all the way through. But Clemson's going to pull it off at the fourth quarter because that's what. No one's going to fucking say that.
It's
Yes,
your
he's going to
team.
say
Of
they're
course,
going to be
your team's
Clemson.
gonna win.
It's it's
Yeah,
just
it's like
confidence.
exactly. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna win. I don't care if we're gonna get blown up by 50. We're
No,
gonna win.
yeah. See, the argument against is some people might say like, oh, probably should say that in public. Just compliment the team and move on. But this still isn't saying much. Saying you're going to be Clemson and pull the upset isn't saying much. Another thing is players
Yeah,
making headlines by saying that they want to have a good season. This was an example because it's Bleach Report. They're a good website. They're a fun sports website, but half the shit they send the notifications for is so meaningless. Like
very
last
meaningless.
week, Hopkins, wide receiver for Texas for the Texans, he had in the locker room goals for the season, and he said he's going to have the best receiving season in NFL history, something around those lines. That's not a headline. That's not news. That's just an elite player having confidence in themselves. That's all it is.
Exactly, and it's like nowadays it's being cocky, and that's not what we need in the sport,
It's
and
not
that's a
cocky.
bad, it's bad for the kids coming up, and it's like it's confidence.
It's
You're supposed to
not.
have confidence in yourself.
It's not bad for the kids. Fuck them kids.
Exactly, but it's like people having confidence in themselves just to play,
Right?
and their ability to play and be better than other people. Knowing you're better than somebody isn't a bad thing.
No,
If you're gonna
it's
be
not.
say you're better than somebody, you speak it into existence. That's one thing that I love that Conor McGregor always says: speak it into existence, and you can make it happen. But if you don't think about say it and you don't think about it, you're not gonna do it.
What? So
So
do you
I
think
say
early
just
in the
go out there
year,
and
yeah,
do it.
Connor talked to himself, "I'm gonna kick the shit out of this old man."
Probably.
Probably. You honestly,
I'm pretty sure at some point
probably.
he was like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Uh,
And
Connor is so yeah.
he
Early
proved
in the
it
year,
right then and there.
we covered this like a week or two ago. How he assaulted the old man like at the beginning of the year. Fucking
Yeah, around
last year,
March.
a news story came out that he was that the mob in Ireland put out a hit for him or some shit like that.
Yeah, whatever.
Connor, dude. We spoke about this last time, but maybe don't do shit where the mob is coming after you.
That's probably I feel like that's the one thing you probably shouldn't talk about. You probably shouldn't talk about something that's gonna make the mob come after you.
That's a very good piece of advice, Jalen. Kind of
Yeah.
just shocking that you would even say something like that.
I know, right?
So moving on from just these bullshit headlines and news stories and just shit for people to click on to get more views. What do
Because
you
the
hate,
things we
Jalen?
hate. Oh, I hate ties. Not even just saying that as a Cardinals fan, but I feel like ties in general. I feel like you shouldn't have ties in professional sports. But there should be
Yes.
a winner and a loser. I feel like overtime, just make it another overtime. How they do it in college. I mean, not exactly how they do it in college. They just keep playing quarters into that touchdown is scored or something.
Yeah,
I
even
just feel like,
I'd be cool if they
yeah,
did
go
like
ahead.
college. The college overtime rules are way better than the NFL overtime rules. I've
Yeah.
been saying that for a couple years now. I'll keep saying it. College
Hmm.
rules are in almost every aspect. The college rule book is better than the NFL rule book, besides
Exactly.
targeting, which is
Yeah.
another thing. We'll get into another time because I could talk a whole segment on that. Oh, don't even get me fucking started. Targeting is
Yeah, the
horse
targeting
shit.
is something else.
It's one of the
But
worst. It's one of the worst rules in sports. Period.
yes, it
But
is.
ties, yes.
Ties. I just feel like it kind of just it stops the game. It kind of both teams have been fighting so hard to be like, oh, well, we tied.
Oh, we ran
You
out
don't
of
know who's
time.
better. Yeah. Oh no, time's out. Let's start another quarter up. And they're saying, oh, players being tired and more time for injuries. But I was like, the game's not finished.
It's
I
still
was
an
like, because then
yeah.
yeah, I guarantee those same players at the end of the year who complain about being tired and getting injured are going to be the same ones who complain that we didn't make the playoffs because the game ended in a tie that we could easily won.
Exactly. Well, going
Because
back to that
yeah,
Cardinals Detroit game in Week 1, uh,
hmm
Detroit just is proving that they are the worst franchise in NFL history. That was
I
garbage.
mean they did beat the Chargers today.
Yes, they did. I am so fucking confused how they could
I don't understand.
blow a game and tie with the Cardinals and then beat the Chargers 13-10. How does that
Yeah,
happen?
I have no idea.
The
That
sports
makes
are
no
weird.
sense.
If
Is
that's
The Melvin Gordon situation coming back to bite them?
I don't know, man. But for everyone listening, just if you need one takeaway from this entire show, sports are weird and bullshit happens all the time.
Every
And
week,
it's
without
it's
fail.
what makes it exciting, but it's also what makes it
Hmm.
extremely aggravating. In yeah.
Yeah.
So yep, fuck ties. What do you think they should do? Should they change the NFL overtime rules to more like
I feel like
college?
they should. I
To
feel
to
like they should
maybe
change it more.
playoff rules also being in the regular season?
Yeah, I feel like it should be more like the playoffs or the playoff rules. Just keep going till there's somebody wins. Because
Exactly.
most of the time, when teams ended up losing the game, it's like there was 10 seconds left, so they kicked a absurd field goal, and so time runs out, or they're like right next to field goal range, and
Mm-hmm.
so they had to throw up a Hail Mary, and that's why they didn't score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if they just let it keep going and just add another quarter, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like most of the games when it lasts a whole nother quarter, I feel
Exactly.
like most of the games would end pretty soon into that second
Yep.
given quarter. Because most games are like both teams are just going at it and they get really close, but it's all or nothing in those games. So then at that time, teams are just launching it as far
Mm-hmm.
as they can or trying to kick like 60-yard field goals when their kicker can only kick a 40-yard field goal.
If
And
we're
so I feel like,
yeah, I agree with that
yeah.
point. If we're talking
So I
about
feel like
NFL
just adding
rules,
it, yeah.
at least somewhat recently they changed it where I agree with the somewhat recent changing the rules where it's not just sudden death overtime. I used to hate that,
Hmm.
back earlier in this decade, through 2000s and before then. If you just kick a 50-yard field goal in overtime and win. I like that they at least changed it to you have to score a touchdown or a 2-point convert or a safety to automatically win the game, but and field goal doesn't automatically win. That was a good change, but
Yeah, I like that.
I still think college is better.
Yeah, I still think the
Every
college
time
rules are better.
overtimes, or why I see in sports, I don't even watch the sport. I hardly consider it one, but soccer, I see a bunch of ties all the time. The
Yeah.
great sport that it's you never see a tie in is hockey. They do a great job with their overtime. For those that don't know, at the end of regulation, if a team in the NHL is tied, they go into 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey. Normally it's 5-on-5. They move into 3-on-3 sudden death hockey. At the end of that five
Hmm.
minutes, if no one scores, they go into a shootout, where
Yep.
you originally gave 3 turns each on team, and it's best of three. And then if you tie after that best of three, you just keep on going until someone scores and someone doesn't. It's good overtime. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite parts about hockey is
it's what I feel like
Grand Prix.
most sports should be like. It's going back and forth until a team wins.